This one hurts. Really hurts. Arsenal go to the Etihad Stadium, play out a 2-2 draw. And if you had told me going into this game that 10-man Arsenal with no Mikel Merino, no Martin Odegaard, this Arsenal team is going to go to the Etihad Stadium and get a 2-2 draw while being down to 10 men for a whole second half, well, I probably would have taken it. Now, obviously, I would have much preferred a win today. That never happened. I think the ref ruined the game for giving such a silly little yellow card to Leandro Trossard, that being his second yellow card, and then we're down to 10 men for the whole second half. Had nothing besides defending to do, and that whole second half felt long as hell. And here we are, draw the game 2-2. We really had the opportunity to win the game. We done so well, had such a gutsy performance in that second half. Defensively, we were almost unplayable, really good. David Raya with some huge saves, and you're thinking now it's the 96th, the 97th minute, we've got it, we finally held on, but we finally cracked for Man City's sake. Man City get themselves a goal. I don't even know who scored it. I don't care who scored it. On the last second of the game, we concede a goal, the second goal, and that is a 2-2 draw away in the Etihad Stadium. Again, it's not a loss, but it certainly feels like a loss. Man City to begin the game were having us on ropes. Honestly, we were getting completely dominated by Man City to start the game. Within 9 minutes, Erling Haaland scored a goal, his 100th goal for Manchester City, and you're thinking, you're away from home, it's 10 minutes in, you're getting absolutely battered by a much better City team, or it looks like a much better City team than this Arsenal team. You're thinking this can be a long game. I immediately thought the moment that the first goal went in, this could be a 3 or 4-0. Like, immediately I thought negatively, and I was obviously wrong, but you're thinking Man City's going to completely dominate us, and they did that for the first 15 minutes of the game, and a huge break came in for us when Rodri went out injured. The moment Rodri went out injured, they replaced him with Kovacic, who is still a good midfielder, but we all know how important Rodri is to this Manchester City team. So the moment that Rodri left, the moment that Rodri got out of the game changed completely. It turned a whole 180. I think that the moment Rodri left until halftime, Arsenal were the better team. Created far more chances, had Man City on the ropes. Every time we went forward for a corner, they were shaking in their boots. That first half performance after the 15th minute, the moment Rodri left, that first half performance by Arsenal in the Etihad Stadium showed that we mean business. And even now with it being 2-2, I'm still so proud of that gutsy performance from Arsenal. If you can minus the first 15 minutes away, that performance as a whole, defensively, offensively, when we had 11 men, I thought we were superb. And had Trossard not get sent off, I genuinely believe Arsenal would have went on to win the game. I know that doesn't really mean anything because it sounds like I'm just trying to cope. Sure, but I genuinely believe had Trossard not got sent off for such a small, insignificant thing, the same thing Rice got sent off for kicking the ball away. We'll get to the exact incident now, but had Trossard not get sent off, Arsenal would have definitely won the game. At least I'm very convinced Arsenal would have won the game. We were in the ascendancy, especially at the end of the first half. We were in the ascendancy. So I think it's a huge 2 drop points for us. The Trossard thing, I really don't think it should have been given a yellow. Again, like with the Brighton situation, there was a player on Man City's side that kicked the ball away in the beginning of the first half that never got a yellow in Jeremy Doku. He doesn't get a yellow, but Leandro Trossard gets a second yellow for the exact same offense. That does not make any sense to me. Again, it's the exact same situation with Declan Rice. But either way, the same thing I said with the Declan Rice situation, I'm going to say it here. Leandro Trossard knows better than to give the ref a decision when you're on a yellow card. He knows better. Horrible decision by the referee. But Leandro Trossard is more experienced than that. He needs to do better in that situation. And frankly, you can look at it as he costed us 2 points. Now, I don't want to pick him up because I thought he was playing pretty well, but that is what we're sitting with right now. Silly little mistake by Leandro Trossard, and Arsenal need to clean these mistakes up desperately. Onto the second half, I thought it was very ballsy to take out Saka for Ben White, and half time I would have maybe left it until the 60th minute mark, but I completely understand. Go all out, defend as much as you can. I would have liked to maybe win a little more headers when we were taking goal kicks, but outside of that, that second half performance was so gutsy, so determined, had so much steel defensively in this Arsenal team. It is so easy to crumble. You're down to 10 men, you have a whole second half ahead of you. Man City unleashes shot after shot after shot. I believe they took 28 shots in the whole second half alone, whereas we took 0 shots. There was a time, I think it was like the 70th minute, when we had 5 passes in the whole second half completed, and they had about 200 passes completed. It was so easy for us to just roll over, concede 3 points, and say, you know what, we'll get them another day. It is so easy to do that, but this Arsenal team stood firm. Raya was crucial to that. Saliba was excellent for that. Gabriel was excellent for that. Gabriel and Saliba should have done better than the goal we conceded by far. I think it's mainly their mistake as well as Calafiori to allow Savinho to cut into the midfield. But outside of that, that second half performance defensively was outstanding. Onto the goals Arsenal scored, of course, Calafiori, an absolute beautiful goal. And at the same time, Martinelli snaps his 17-game streak of 0 goals and 0 assists for Arsenal. So Calafiori scoring his first goal, Martinelli getting his first assist in what feels like forever. That was a huge moment for us because we were under it. I don't understand what Kyle Walker was complaining about. He had more than enough time to get back into position. He kind of was back in position, but he's busy talking. That's not the ref's mistake. That's not the ref's responsibility to make sure you're in position. That's your responsibility, especially as the captain. Ridiculous claims from Kyle Walker. And then that second goal. That second goal was absolutely massive. We saw it in a corner when Doku was marking Gabriel. Gabriel heads the ball just over, and then we get a corner maybe 3 or 4 minutes later, and we do the exact same routine, except this time they think, no, we're going to send Kyle Walker on to defend Gabriel. What does Gabriel do? He leaves Kyle Walker in the dust, and he scored his second goal in 2 games from a corner. Again, another Bukayo Saka assist, and another corner goal for Arsenal. Arsenal go up 2-1, and well, you know the rest in the second half. Listen, I would have loved 3 points. Unfortunately, that's not how the cookie crumbled. We've got a point away in the Etihad Stadium. It could be worse. Last season, had we won the Etihad Stadium, we would have won the league. And all we can do is really hope that this season it's going to be of a different story and we can win the league with this draw at the Etihad Stadium. It is what it is. We would love to get 3 points, but listen, that was a ballsy, gutsy performance from this Arsenal team. But we need to clean up those mistakes and stop getting red carded, please.